hope you're doing great today. Sometimes, especially during these moments where we are changing and things like that, sometimes there are people around us that might think we're crazy, or they have judgments on us based on the things that we're starting to, new beliefs, things like that. They might start saying you changed, and I actually find that as a compliment now when people say I've changed. Of course I changed. If I wouldn't, I don't know. It's like, am I even living? Change is good. I've always said it, change is good. I'm an expert at ground zero, so I'm all about change. I'm chill with that. And while it might, maybe we don't care if just like a regular person will say that to us, but when it comes to our family and people we love and things like that, it hurts. It really hurts. But when you're called to do certain things, to be a certain way or whatever, you have to listen to your heart. You have to act on it. It's God, source, the universe telling you need to go in this direction. I strongly believe that our path is already written in the stars, right? But of course, with free will, we can, go different directions, and that might delay the process, something like that. But I do believe in divine timing no matter what. However, like I said, different choices that we make can derail the path a bit. But at the end of the day, if you go back on course, if you go back on your path, then you will be led to where you're meant to be, right? And how do you know if you're being called? If your life just doesn't align with you anymore, you will feel it. You know it. The people around you, the things that you no longer want to tolerate. I remember there was a time where, like, even with my kid's dad, I'm semi-hood. So it's like, unfortunately, the way that we grow up there, whatever, like, we call each other like names that we shouldn't. And one of the names that I was okay with him saying to me, even playing around, was like, the B word or whatever. And it would be something in a regular conversation, not be, something like that, like not even like saying it directly to me in a bad way at all. So it's like I was okay with that because that's just how we talk, that's hood talk. So it's like I was alright with that. However, when my life started changing and I started being a different person, not that I meant to change with him, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't help the person that I was becoming. It was just coming out of me. And even the B word, I couldn't accept it. Like, and that was like my husband of like years, like many years. And it got to a point where I was like, who are you calling a B? And in all fairness, he looked at me like, what? Since when? And I get that, I do get that, but it did start bothering me. It started bothering me because I started seeing my worth and things like that. And like I said, not that he was being mean. I accepted that we teach people how to treat us, right? I accepted it. I was okay. I was saying different, words that I shouldn't be saying to him either, just on a regular basis, just regular talk, not even dissing each other or anything like that. But yeah, I didn't like it anymore. I was like, man, please, I'm a queen. Who are you talking to like that, So it's like, when you start seeing things like that, when you start feeling like that, when things around you just no longer resonate, is because your path is calling you back. And it's something you cannot help. It's something we have free choice, but when it's your path, it's like it's a stronger energy, right? And so my main point of this video is that we're gonna have people like that. We're gonna have people that are not ready for our change, because I get it. Like I said, even when my kids died, like, I got it. I understood why he was like, who the hell are you? You know, for 20 years you've been this person, then out of nowhere who the heck is this? You know, I get that. I get that, and it's not easy for them either. It's not. But it was something I couldn't help. You know, I really couldn't help who I was becoming. And so, you know, at the end of the day, while it affected me, how people saw me and things like that, I learned a new term that became my best friend, which was, what they think of you is none of your business. It's not, because people have different perceptions of you. You know, everybody sees everybody differently. Everybody. I don't look the same, you know, to my kids as I do to maybe, you know, my mom or somebody else, because, you know, I have noticed personally in my life that I could see a woman that's extremely beautiful, you know, like goddess, you know, but if they have an ugly attitude, you know, like that attitude comes out also. I seen that in myself. You know, there has been time where I felt super ugly, and it was because I knew inside I was being ugly, and my ugly from the inside was coming out in the outside. And so, you know, everybody has a different view of you, but how do you view you? You know, and how real are you to you? That's what we have to stay true to. We have to stay true to ourselves. At the end of the day, it's not being selfish or anything like that, you know. Is, you know, we have to be humble, of course, but what I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, if we take care of ourselves, you know, our world would just shift in a positive way, and that includes everybody. All right, some people are gonna fall off, because when you're no longer in that frequency, you know, it's just the way it is. You know, things fall off when they're not in alignment with the same frequency, and that's gonna happen. And sometimes it's very sad. It's you know, tough moment. It's a tough moment. I've been through it, you know, very tough, but it's necessary. It's necessary, because, you know, if we go against that, that's when you start seeing things crumbling, because you don't belong in a certain frequency anymore. You know, even if you think you are, it might be conditioning, but you don't belong in a certain frequency. So that's why, you know, like your energy will start moving you towards where you should be at. Right? And how do you know when you're on track? Me personally, being a person that I pay attention to signs and all that stuff, I start getting synchronicities. I start seeing numbers, you know, like I start seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, I start seeing 11, 11, things like that. Children are more attached to you, animals, you know, like pets, your dogs, your cats and stuff like that. People would just start going towards you, you know, for no reason. Like your light starts shining through you. It just does. You know, even myself, ever since I started, like, again, you know, going back on my path, I remember when I first started, even with the videos, like, I see my improvement, even in my looks, you know. I don't know if you guys see it. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, because I'm seeing the beauty inside of me, you know. I'm seeing, yes, I am, you know, a great person. You know, I will always, like, people will always tell me, like, everybody else will tell me, but I wouldn't tell myself that, and I wouldn't see it, you know. But I had to sit with myself and start seeing the greatness inside of me. Like, why not? You know, why not? Because if I see it, I'm only going to strive to be better and better and better, and a better me is a better world for everybody, just like you. That's why we all have to do it, you know. So you know, what they think of you is none of your business. You know, walk your path, do what you gotta do what feels right in your heart. You know, consider other people, of course. Be considerate of feelings and things like that, you know. But when you're a light being, that's just who you are. You are love. So you're not out here in the business of hurting people. You understand? You're just out here doing what you have to do, And sometimes what you have to do may not feel as good to somebody else, but that's their story and this is yours. All right, so worry about you. All right, even above your kids. And this is super hard because there was no way nobody could tell me that back in the days, but yes, I agree, even above your kids, because if you're not okay, you're not gonna give them your best. And we have to be our best to give our children our best because they deserve it. All right, they're our future and they deserve the greatest, role models. They deserve good parenting. They deserve love. They really do. Children are our future. They're the ones that light up this world. With all this darkness, the children are the ones that light up the world. But we have to give them the ability to see the beauty in life. We have to give them, kids learn by actions, not by words. No matter what you say, if you're not acting like, like what you're saying or whatever, they pay attention. They pay attention. And words, maybe later on in life, they'll come back up, but, as they're young, they pay more attention to what you're doing. Right? How you treat them, how you talk to them, how the time you spend with them, how important they feel that they're in your life, and they're very, very important. So I hope this video helps you guys in one way or another, and I wish you all the best. I pray that your ascension is enlightened and is going wonderfully well, and that people accept you and the new you. It's okay. It's okay. Even scientifically, every 7 years we shed our skin and it's a new us, right? We're meant to change. Change is good and it's okay and it's necessary. So I wish you all the best, guys, today and always, and I'll talk to you guys mañana. Bye.